unfortunately, Opetaia's plans to unify seems like it's going to take a minor step back.
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Talk family? It's your boy, Dr. PGNGM. Praise God to get money back for another YouTube video. Banger, man. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I know what time it is. The doctor's in the house, man. So check this out. You know, Opetaia has an upcoming fight scheduled against Huseyin Cinkara, who's a #1 ranked opponent in the IBF sanctioned body, you know, to which Opetaia has a belt for. You know, he's an IBF champion. So they have ordered on January 8th for him to fight Huseyin Cinkara. Well, unfortunately, the latter, you know, the challenger, Huseyin Cinkara, he has sustained an injury, an ankle injury. You know, according to reports, he has, you know, ligament damage to his ankle. So naturally, they have removed that fight, you know, removed him as a competitor for that fight, and the fight has been canceled. The good news is that Opetaia said, hey, man, and his team, they're like, we're going to save the date. We're fighting on January 8th. Now, the opponent needs to be announced to be determined, but we're fighting on January 8th. And shout out to them, you know, according to Opetaia and his team, they're scrambling right now to find an opponent, a suitable opponent, you know, but they have assured us, you know, that it will be an opponent that's ranked highly on the IBF ranking. So it's going to be a top tier fighter, you know, so that's good news to see that he'll be fighting another guy that is suitable and formidable, you know, for us to be excited for, you know. So it is still a setback, you know, and a disappointment for boxing fans, particularly our Aussie boxing fans. You know, I know it's sad for them because, you know, Sam Goodman just pulled out of his fight because he suffered a cut, you know, that will postpone his fight against Naoya Inoue, the undisputed champion at super bantamweight. You know, that fight is no longer going to be on December 24th. It's been postponed a month till January 24th. But, you know, the difference is here that the fight was canceled with Opetaia, but it wasn't him. It was his opponent, and he's going to find another opponent. Now, they said that they'll have an opponent, you know, that they'll secure an opponent by Monday, which is 2 days from now, December 16th. So stay tuned, you know, for that announcement to be dropped then. And I will also provide an update on the situation as well. So we could still plan on and anticipate seeing Opetaia January 8th, but it just won't be against Huseyin Cinkara. Now, there's a question, though, right? Those of you that are familiar with the IBF, right? The reason why I said it's going to be a step back for his unification plans and hopes and dreams, right? Whether it's with Zurdo, Ramirez, or the WBC champion in Badou Jack. The reason why it has to take a setback is because you remember with the IBF, you know, when Cody Crowley, was supposed to fight Jaron Boots Ennis as a mandatory. Well, he couldn't fight, right? He sustained an injury they didn't recover from to his eye, and they had a late replacement. You know, Eddie Hearn got David Avanesian in there on short notice. Jaron Boots Ennis beat him, but it didn't satisfy the mandatory, right? He still had to go and fight his mandatory, which was Karen Chukazan on his next fight. So the reason why I say it's going to be a setback is because if the same plan goes forth in this one, the same exact procedure, then, you know, even though Opetaia is going to fight another person to remain busy, he's still going to have to satisfy his mandatory once Huseyin Cinkara recovers. So now, not only does he have to fight this fight to stay busy as a replacement, but then he's going to have to fight Huseyin Cinkara, most likely, according to the IBF rules, to satisfy his mandatory, and then maybe he could potentially have unification. So now, you know, after the unification with this fight, initially this fight was going to be between him and a potential unification. Now he potentially has two fights between him and a unification, but we'll see how it goes. You know, boxing moves with fluidity. It could change this moment and be this way for one fighter or one situation and change. But according to IBF's historically, you know, their patterns historically, then Opetaia will have to fight this next person, you know, willingly, voluntarily, and then he'll still have to satisfy his mandatory once Huseyin Cinkara is healthy again, you know, and then maybe get a unification, man. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Y'all disappointed? I'm not gonna lie, I am a little disappointed. But hey, man, injuries happen, man. This is boxing. I just hope that the fighters are all healthy, you know, going into the fight, and remain healthy going out of the fight, man. So I look forward to seeing Opetaia, and I also look forward to seeing who the opponent will be. I'm excited for that, man. So y'all be easy. Don't forget to smack that like button, and remember, most importantly, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.